If you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. For every train there ever was has gathered there together, because today's the day that Jenny does the Monday Club. Yay!
Oh wow! Well, we have a fan in the studio, so that will. Oh no! What are we going to do with our many fans? They're blowing lots of air. So big hello to all of you. Let's see. We've got Jam Sind, Tom McKee, Southern Train Girl, March West Junction TMD, B2000 RO Toys Channel, Simon Train's Model Railway Showcase, Patrick Ling, Cameron Patterson, Robert Becking, Flymo Chairman 1, Leslie Gilpin, Andy 1962, Matt Ovell, Clive Cobold, David Cook, Captain Park Junction, Evan Terry, Egg Rider, Iron Horse Heathen, Ruben Ashwell, Warbler Productions, Ben Tullett, Nigel Cole, Josh's Train Room, Amtrak Junction, who else have we got? Oh my word, an incredibly generous George Botterini who has
thank you.
donated $10 to the Fan Fund. So thank you ever so much. That is incredibly generous of you. So George Botterini's donated on the Super Chat. Thank you so much for that. But wow. It's been a lovely day here where we are, and what that actually has meant, we went out for a walk. We walked about 4 miles, but unfortunately, when we've kind of suffered a little bit in the sun, it really does creep up on you. So we now feel incredibly tired, and not got a headache or anything. What? Oh,
that will help.
Hello, computer.
No, that will help you to scroll through the chat. You see.
Oh, apparently. So we've got Vic Freak, Dave at It's My Model Railway. It's not really. Let's have a look. Crossways Point Junction. Chris Usher. It's not scrolling.
Well, it should be.
Stevie Film. Peter Bean. Evan. It's probably going to be easier if I just bring it up on my.
Yeah, but if you do that, then you're looking down. There, we got the screen so you could look up, click in it, and then you might be able to do it.
No.
See, I know how your computer works, and you don't, because you smell. This is how we're going to go. So,
Warbler Productions. I've just seen their TARDIS over by the water tower behind the shed.
We hid that thinking you'll never find it.
Have you actually?
We clicked through a few of the things.
Have you? Oh, well.
Hello to Sir Patrick Furlong. How are you doing?
That is incredibly well spotted, actually. I thought that was going to
fox hid that and thought, and no one's going to see that.
Yeah, that.
Oh my goodness!
Very impressive there. So let's have a look.
Warbler Productions says different figures on the trains today, Zoe. Well, we may have some special guests. Would they like to say anything? Hello, Kitty.
No. Can I just say at this point that Zoe brought in a collection of little Hello Kitties. And there's nothing to do with me. March West Junction TMD says, Jenny, how is the job going? It's going incredibly well. So a big hello to everybody at DCC Concepts. It's been great, actually. I'm thoroughly enjoying the job. You may have seen the new content starting to appear both on social media. We've sort of getting stuff out on the Facebook page, set up Twitter, also set up Instagram, but yet to really get my head around that.
Instant Gran, just add water.
Yeah, Instant Gran. It's like, oh, hello, dearie, let me just knit you some shreddies. But also been uploading videos to the YouTube channel as well. So yeah, been keeping busy.
Oh my goodness,
oh my word. Valley's 56XX has incredibly generously donated £5 on the Super Chat. Says, evening ladies for the beverage fund.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Speaking of beverage, I'm going to go and get you a coffee. I think it'll help perk you up.
Probably will, actually. Yeah. Tim's Model Railway and different videos. Nos with Da. We've got Flymo Chairman one as well. Clive Cobold. Houston WHAP. Hello, Jenny, Zoe, and everyone in the chat. Bagnall Dave says, hello all, hope my presence is fashionably late.
A Monday clubber is never late, Frodo Baggins, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
East Midlands Train Spotter 2021.
I can't do a Gandalf
No, you
accent.
can't. Mike at Pudham Junction, hi to you. Evening, Jennifer, Zoe, Flymer Chairman, Ham Shackleton, Josh's Train Road Adventures, Southern Train Girl, Leslie Gilpin, and all in the stream. Patrick Furlong says, nothing wrong with Hello Kitty. I bought a load for my niece's 3rd birthday. Ruben Ashwell, I do like Hello Kitty actually, always have done. Ruben Ashwell says, I see the guests are having a ride in the trucks. Indeed they are. Just having JJ the Tank Engine says, where are the steam engines? Well, they're going round. So you'll see the purple A4 Police Chief Wiggum, Walter K. Wiggum is going round with the rake of the Blood and Custard Gresley coaches. So actually, they go together. Then we've also got, I think it's either an S15 or an N15. I'd never tell them apart. And that's going around with the green train. We also have, you may just be able to see it coming past behind me. We have an N7, which is 69612, and it's actually the sound-fitted one. I'm really loving this locomotive. It's very, very quickly becoming one of my favourite steam locomotives in my fleet. Such a reliable runner, touch wood, because these things go, oh, you think I am, do you? Oh, well, you will put a spanner in the works. JJ, the tank engine, tender engine or tank engine? Well, one tank engine, 2 tender engines. Then we've got the 2 Class 25s doing the DCC Concepts ABC shuttles. Just because they're set up, they just sort of live on those tracks at the moment. At some point I will get round to swapping them, because I do have quite a lot of locomotives that do have Zen Black decoders that natively support that ABC function. But at the moment they're just there. We've got the Daypole Class 29 in that incredibly attractive 2-tone green, going around with the oil tank train. Now that locomotive actually, last year, I put it down. It came out quite early on in 2020, even before lockdown. And I put that down as being a prime candidate for Model of the Year. And certainly I would put that in my top 3 locomotive releases of 2020. Madden Steam Railway says, what a glorious day it's been today. Absolutely. Is there such a thing as a well-hidden TARDIS? That little blue flashing light on the top literally puts hiding a police box. DL Warren asks, has anyone else had issues with KR models? I am yet to get my GT3 delivered. I ordered it in November of 2019. Might be worth just dropping them a line just to make sure. There could be... I know it's something I had with a Hattons order, and what it was is I placed the order many years ago, and then what happened is that the card expired, and then had to update card details. Was what happened there. But yes, definitely do get onto them. Just drop them a line and explain the situation. I'm sure everything will be all right. Alan Mullins says, click the like button. Absolutely, do tickle that like button. Also, share the stream on social media. Book of Face, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, all the other things I don't know. Conkbox, Boxface, Tubester. But let everybody know that we are live and well, and the Monday Club is on, and everybody is, of course, welcome. We're talking all things trains. Now, hasn't been a huge amount in the news. We do have that release from Hornby at Bassett Loke, and actually Laurie Calvert has dropped me a line just to let me know he didn't actually design these ones, but he was asked to. But because he said he wasn't a Lego expert, he did pass the details on of a friend of his that's into that sort of like construction blocks type thing. So I did promise that I would mention those. So the Bassett Loke range is expanding with some kind of interesting stuff. I think the whole ethos at the moment behind Bassett Loke is to essentially, bring the play value back into stuff. It's not really meant for serious modelers, but certainly it's for stimulating imagination. Ruben Ashwell says, I found the TARDIS, it's behind the... Yes, somebody did spot that before. I must get to that and change that. Patrick Ling, I had trouble with KR models. They sent me the wrong version of the GT3. There is actually a rail blue version being announced. Really looking forward to that. James Hardy says the purple A4 is running. Yes, Police Chief Wiggum is on the track. I call it that because I just like being being peculiar. So we will let's see now. Let's move the the TARDIS to where it, Zoe can make the most of that. Yeah, so Iron Horse Heathen says my button is in a state of tickle. Mick Girolamo, I'm probably really massacring the pronunciation. I do apologise for that. But it says any experience. What?
Not being able to read.
Yeah, look, I'm trying to read these. Any experience of Rapido trains? Yes, actually, I do have the Rapido trains J70 and also the Rails of Sheffield dynamometer car. And both of those models absolutely exquisite. So really, really impressed and really, really looking forward to the rest of the range. There is, of course, I think it's the 16XX that is on its way from there's been released by Model Rails. So there are other models out there. Also the Sterling single. Thank you very much for my coffee.
Sorry, in the microphone, guys.
Yeah. Also, so Billy's replacement speakers. James Hardy says, "What is the other steam locomotive?" It is. I think it's an S15. One of the. Are you all right there, Zoe?
Yeah.
What happened?
I'm just worn out.
Me too. It's been a very, very warm day. We went out for about a 4-mile walk.
Consequently, because we're idiots.
Yeah. Well, because we're British, so
Yes.
It's like, I will go out in the sun. I will. Oh dear. So really ready for bed. But yeah, Alan Reynolds says thumbs up too. Thank you ever so much. And Sue at Pudham Junction, hi to you. Robin Slewer, hi to you. Richard Swiderski says, I thought the Doctor moved the TARDIS.
The Doctor does move the TARDIS. Has
Apparently
Jenny been telling you that the Doctor doesn't?
Yeah, well, yeah. Right, let's have a look. Hey, what? No. Go away, Siri. You weren't consulted. Evan Terry says, I need something with sound, but it's so expensive. I always say, actually, I'm quite a good, I'm an advocate of the Hornby TTS sound decoders. Now, I know a lot of people say they're definitely not the best. There's certainly a budget.
They're not meant to be the best, though, are they?
No, they're a budget decoder, which is really, I think it's great value. And certainly some of them, like the Class 20, is an amazing sound file. So very much of the opinion that the Hornby TTS decoders are a great start for budget sound. Manthony 1956 says, what is warm in GB? Oh, anything in double figures, I think. We're not used to it. I've seen somebody refer to Calvert Film is... yeah, hi Jenny, managed to dial in and say hello. Big hello to Calvert Film. As I was saying before, yes, the Bassett Loke steampunk range. Well, actually, it's not steampunk. It's gone brick punk. So, again, the whole purpose, I think, with Hornby and the Bassett Loke range is about fun and about imagination, stimulating imagination, bringing younger people into the hobby, and hopefully they are doing really, really well. Will Tucker says, has the pillbox become an ice cream stall? Not quite yet, but oh, I could just do with them an ice cream.
Oh.
But no,
you couldn't.
Leslie Gilpin says 16 to 20 degrees C here today. Yeah, probably about that. AMK 1000 says, is Dave Jones the new designer at Rapido? I don't think so. I don't know what's made you think that. I don't know. David Watts says, the new Hornby Coronation coaches are great. The detail is superb. Nice lights and replacement close coupled corridor connections. Price is very good. Definitely, yes. Really, really liking the blue and silver Coronation Scott coaching stock. Starting to appear from Hornby. I think the full range has now been released. They do look really, really good. We talked a bit about the Merchant Navy class locomotives that have been released last week. We've also had an announcement from Dapol that whilst some of their products have been stuck on the container ship that got stuck in the Suez Canal, there are some of the O-gauge 16-ton mineral wagons which should hopefully be coming through soon. Those are a great value for money wagon in O-gauge, and certainly any O-gauge modeler would be naked without some of them in their fleet.
Change the look. We've been on that for a while.
No, I know. King Fox Junction says Metcalfe Castle is looking good. Start painting the scenery. Excellent. Apparently, Andy 1962 says Care Bears have hatched.
We've got a message from a Care Bear for you.
Oh, they're a very strange material.
Yeah, they're flocked.
That is. Whoa.
The weird thing is the yellow one there, Funshine Bear, looks from certain angles like Winnie the Pooh. Oh, Funshine Bear.
Yeah. Oh, it's got a bit of damage on him, on his belly.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's just how he clips together.
Oh.
Right. Edward C. Tucker. Anyone seen Olivia's Trains changing their website? I haven't. No. But from time to time, things do get updated.
Matt Rutter says, "Hello, just found you. Not modelled for 40 years. Just buying up parts for 009 layout.
Oh, wow.
Well, welcome back to the hobby."
Very much welcome back. It's the hobby that does keep on giving. And I know I myself kind of left the hobby for probably about 10 years, just under 10 years. I came through into kind of like sixth form, university, and after university. I'll be honest with you, my interests waned a bit because I found
because you discovered
music,
girls and
radio,
music.
yeah, and cars,
like mouse model rail.
Yeah. But modelling is one of those hobbies that is always there waiting for you to come back. They know you're gonna come back, so it's always great. Evan Terry says my little sister loves Care Bears. Who doesn't? Ray Burble and said
the enemies of the Care Bears, they don't.
Right, okay. Ray Burble, 15 Celsius here in Towson, MD. Where's MD? Which
Maryland.
Is that Maryland?
Yeah.
We're saying Maryland. You're saying Maryland. Wardle Road, big hello to you. Great to see you. Clive Gobold, Sean Inkpen says, would you know where I could get kit 100-ton tanker wagons from? I don't, to be honest with you. That'd be the TEA tankers. I'm not aware of any kits. Doesn't mean that there aren't any, but I'm not aware of any. I know that some of the smaller kind of 35-ton tank wagons are available in kit form.
Speaking of kit form, we've been picking up some new stuff for Monkey Builds, haven't we? Do you want to tell people what we might expect?
Yeah, we got some more Monkey See Monkey Builds coming up. The Cupboard Monkey is going to be taking on a Enwins 3D locomotive, so look forward to that. Plus some Airfix kits as well, and a Dapol Pug kit. So
Airfix, it's Revell.
Is it?
I haven't done an Airfix kit yet.
What do you think that pug is?
It's Dapol.
Yeah. Right. Where I've lost my place. Roof Railways. Hello to you. Nuts and Bolts 77. Hello to you. Let's have a look. David Scott says Egyptian court want $910 million plus to release the ship. There apparently is talk of trying to get the containers off the ship. Yeah, because there's a lot of companies now mixed up in this, and I don't think this is going to go down well for the Egyptian government. In my opinion, is what they really need to do is to get the ship to a port and just unload it. If they're going to impound the ship, that's well and good, but they don't really have any right to impound the cargo, because that belongs to lots and lots of other people.
To be fair, I'm not entirely sure they have the right to commandeer the ship.
Nuts and Bolts 77 has very, very generously donated $10 through the super chat. Thank you ever so much. That is incredibly generous. Nuts and Bolts 77 says, "Evening, Jenny and Zoe." Hello to you. Evening to you. Warbler Production says, "Monkey could build some Thunderbird stuff." Actually, yes. Growler Blackwood. It's gone off the top. The Growler is in.
Oh, thank you so much for that. That's really generous.
Which what? Who?
Nuts
what?
and Bolts.
Oh, yes. Yes, thank you ever so much. ML, good evening to you. J94 as well. Great to see you in as well. Richard Swiderski enjoyed the Cessna build. Thank you ever so much.
I enjoyed it too. I have to say, Jen and I, it took a while for me to build that, so we've been looking at parts of it for months, and it didn't look quite as good until it all came together.
Actually, those decals, I'm very impressed with your.
Made it.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with your steady decaling hand. I'm not so good with decals. Dongit's Model Railway. Hello, everyone. I've returned to modelling, fixed my layout, and there might even be a video of it later if the Cupboard Monkey TM has received the email.
Oh, now you're going to make me look.
The Growler Blackwood N-Gauge layout. Hi to you. Avia Calster RBLX. Hi to you. J. Paul Anderson says, "Remember the new Hornby Coronation Scott coaches are not the actual Coronation coaches. The proper ones went to America in 1939 as a prototype set, only to return after the war. Those had skirting." Yes, they were also in red and gold, from what I remember. And they then got repainted when they came back and ended up. They were used and kept going.
I just had a guy ask if I want to do a publishing deal for some woven garments from Romania.
Oh, what?
I'm not sure the person who's emailing me about that has actually seen any of my content. I don't tend to
Is this for YouTube or something?
Yeah, I don't tend to do clothes and fashion. As anyone who's seen what I wear knows, I'm not a dedicated follower of fashion.
No. Mark Wilson says, "Evening, my ducks. Hopefully I missed the singing."
If you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. For every train there ever was a sky.
Be gone. Just move the TARDIS around or something. Warbler Production says, "Zoe, we need you to replace your opening song. Too many people missed it." Oh, well, we just got that. Evan Terry says, "It sounds like a scam."
Yes. Jen likes big trains and she cannot lie. When a locomotive does go by, she gets a grin, picks up her pace so she can meet it face to face. For her, it's fun. I'm not sure that's as good an intro.
No, it's not. Now, shut up. Mike Finch says, "Has Jenny started US railroad modelling yet?"
She really does want to.
I do. Now, you saw the picture. In fact, I think the thumbnail is this locomotive here, which is a Broadway Limited Paragon 2 locomotive. So it's like a sound decoder. And it's an EMD SW1 500 switcher in, I think it's Southern Pacific or Western Pacific. However, a problem has developed. It did 2.5 laps of Weir Yard, and then the decoder went, "Magic smoke, be gone." So, unfortunately, there's a bit of an issue with it, which is why it's not running. It's a shame.
We're not entirely sure that it was the decoder, are we? We think it might be something with the locomotive itself.
It's difficult to tell, but it's going to get checked out tomorrow. Yeah. Matt Havel says, "Wasn't it City of Birmingham that went to the US named as Coronation?" Yeah, I believe that. The locomotive in the US was not Coronation. Right. Let's have a look. Patrick Furlong, hello to you. George as well. Andy 1962 says, "Oh no, not the fickle finger of fate." As opposed to the finger of fudge.
A finger of fudge is just enough to make you want
George,
some more.
Yeah, shut up. George Bortarine says, "Just purchased DP1 Deltic East Coast from Locomotion because its front reminds me of the American F7 diesel." Now, I believe that the Deltic, when English Electric built the Deltic, it's supposed to be a demonstrator. Well, it was a demonstrator. The idea being to appeal for overseas orders. I think they had their Why has that changed to top chat?
Because you pressed the buttons.
I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
So, oh yeah, James Hardy says it was Duchess of Hamilton. That rings a bell. Is that why Duchess of Hamilton is actually is preserved? Yeah, Leslie Gilpin confirms Duchess of Hamilton went to the USA. Right. Warbler Production says Canadian railroad modelling would be easier. I don't know. See, I really do love a lot of the things like the US short line railroads. Really, really love the kind of middle of nowhere train threading its way through unfenced tracks that kind of go down the back or in between houses, and just that idea that a locomotive can crawl along with a couple of boxcars or a gondola, and I just love that kind of thing. So one of the channels actually I really do like watching, Jawtooth on YouTube. A strange name, but trust me, it is a really great channel. And I know that a few of you guys do mention the channel as well. Really great content and certainly worth checking out. David J says, wonder if the new Lionheart 45XX has been caught in the Suez Canal. They're doing an exclusive version with chimney, short and tall safety valve casings and whistles to be turned brass and looks stunning. I don't know. Oh no. So the funny noise of things that could be derailed, but turned out that they weren't. But yeah,
okay, someone asked, did you read it out? That someone said that they may have sent me a video for tonight's Monday Club.
Yes.
I haven't got it.
Right, the person who
I've just spent a while checking my spam. I've checked the main folder. I haven't got it.
Right, somebody said that they'd sent a video in for tonight to the Cupboard Monkey. The Cupboard Monkey hasn't received that, so can you send it again to zoe@zoerobinson.com, and please put Monday Club in the title, just so it makes it easier for the Cupboard Monkey to find it.
Thank you,
and that is Zoe spelt Z-O-E.
Yeah, it's not the American spelling, it's the Greek spelling.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's actually an anglicised Greek, because we haven't got the diaresis.
Big hello to Creeping Jane, great to see you. Matthias Kriegsman says, and they went and borrowed the design of warship class locos from the German V2000s. Yeah, definitely. You've just missed all the trains. Well, hold on. What we shall do...
We need some trains. We need some choo-choos.
Choo-choo. Southern Triangle says it was Dongit's Model Railway. So Dongit's Model Railway, if you can resend that, hopefully it will come through.
Yeah, I haven't got
Flymo
it.
Chairman 1, thank you for posting that. URL only, not the actual video. Thank you very much. Evan Terry says, I just sent one. Excellent. Really looking forward to those.
Yep,
so
got
we
that
will.
One, Evan.
We will be showing them later on. We're going to have a bumper crop of your videos because I think it'd be just great to see what you guys have.
And also because you'll find that your voice is running out already.
I am actually. Do I sound like I'm struggling?
You sound about as well as I do. I think we've been out too long in the sun. We've baked ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately so. It's been a glorious day.
It's been a wonderful... I wouldn't have changed it. We've had a great day.
Very much.
It's quite warm and we are English, so we don't work very well.
Leslie Gilpin quite rightly says, actually, some USA short lines can be hundreds of miles long or as short as a siding. Definitely. There's a couple, actually, which I do really like. There's one in, I think it's Utica or Utica in New York State, and a really, really great line. I've seen a few videos appear on YouTube of that line. Really, really interesting. Richard Swiderski says TARDIS in Wagon with kitty cats.
Yep.
Is it?
The TARDIS may be behind the first of the Hello Kitties.
Is it? Oh.
Ham Shackton says you two have always been half-baked.
Touche. And yeah, she doesn't have a trumpet or anything, or a trombone. Would that be a trumpet or a trombone?
It's the slow trombone. Actually, no. I think it's slow trombone.
Slow. Surely that's just down to how you play it.
It's slow. Otherwise it would be...
Okay. James Hardy says you should get a big boy. I would love a big boy. I know that I think is it Roco that do one?
Yes, it's a Roco Loco.
A Roco Loco, yes. And actually they've got one at DCC Concepts in the cabinet, and I keep looking at it and thinking it is an amazing, amazing model. But at the end of the day, if I end up buying all the stock, then essentially at the end of the month when I'm supposed to get paid, they'd be like, "It's payday!" Right, well, you owe us. And they'd be like,
That'd be like that part in Friends, wouldn't it? And here's your weekly tips. You get 500, you get 50, and Joey owes $8.
Davina Kirkwell says, "Hi Jenny, how good are these Trainomatic? I think your spell checker has crucified that one, but Trainomatic decoders. I've not heard of them, but is that what you were running now?
A lot of them are, aren't they?
Yeah, Trainomatic decoders. The S15 has one in. The Class 29 has one in. Police Chief Wiggum, aka Walter K. Wiggum, the Purple A4 has one in as well. So yeah, I'll be honest with you, Trainomatic decoders are really good for the money. No qualms with them whatsoever. Sponsored by them for about 18 months.
Yeah.
And they are a great product, so do go and check them out. Similarly, the Zen Black and Zen Blue Plus decoders, which also a great product.
Which you have a couple of those running, don't you?
Yeah, well, the two Class 25s, which are doing the shuttle, they're doing the shuttle off the back of having a Zen Black decoder. Excuse me. A Zen Black decoder in, and that's set up to do the ABC shuttle, which is why, without any input from me, they're just shuttling backwards and forwards. But yeah, certainly the three mainline locomotives are all on Trainomatic decoders. They are a great decoder, I have to say. Right.
Malcolm Moore says, "I have a big boy, don't giggle in the back there." And you need huge radius curves. Yeah, I can imagine, because those things, they're not called the big boy as a joke.
No. Gary Lewis says, "Hi Jenny and Zoe, with your videos of trains, planes, are we going to get automobiles?" Well,
I do plan at some point to
Austin Princess.
Yeah.
My dad had one of these, aka the wedge of cheese. I remember my father having one of these in it. I think it was like a maroon colour. I mean, I was only about 2 years old at most when he had it. But I do remember the Austin Princess wedge of cheese. But back then everybody had rubbish cars, so it wasn't like my dad had a really rubbish car. It's just, you know, in the 70s and 80s we had to put up mostly with British Leyland products. And there's a reason that British Leyland's not still about. Mike at Putnam Junction says, "Anyone know of someone that does N-gauge resprays?" Not sure, but there will be someone. Seth Holland says, "Union Pacific also had a Challenger running for a while, which is a 4664 and looks very similar to the big boy." Yeah, there's some great locomotives. There's the Mallet.
I've got your video.
Right, Dawn gets videos come through. Excellent. Tim's Model Railways in different videos says, "Why does it called a big boy?" I think it's a nickname because it's huge.
It really is. And yeah. I know American locomotives are big, but this one is big.
Yeah, it makes the Hellion Garrett seem like a tiddler.
Yes.
Ham Shackleton says, "Austin Princess, I had two. The first had hydraulic steering. The second had the 6-cylinder engine." Oh, there was also the one with the Van der Plas styling. The
Van der Graaf generator.
Was it actually? No, it wasn't the Austin Princess, wasn't it? Was it the something Ambassador? But it was basically the Austin Princess, but with the full optional extras package. Power steering, 6-cylinder engine, and Van der Plas styling. It was still utter garbage.
Simon Trends, you have the best suggestion there. If the Walter K. Wiggum is now the Police Chief Wiggum, does that mean the Sir Ralph Wedgwood is now his son?
Yes! I do need a Ralph Wedgwood. Calvert Film says, my big boy runs on radius 2 curves, but it won't fit on my layout as it hits the tunnel and other objects on the outside due to the overhang. So I'll have to run it on my open test track. It can be a bit of a problem. Though, actually, I was quite surprised that the Hellion Garrett does actually go round some pretty tight curves and kind of, it does fit really, really well. Flymo Chairman 1 says it's the Vandenplas Ambassador. Yes, vaguely remember that. I think that the person who was like about 4 pay grades above my dad at Metal Box had that as their company car. Manthony 1956, the big boy weighed over £1 million with tender. Any idea how many tons that is? I don't know. The thing about in the UK, pounds, we kind of buy sweets by the quarter of a pound. But then very quickly we start to deal in hundredweight and tons. We don't tend to. It's a bit like what's the other measurement that the
Sorry?
Americans tend to talk about pounds, and rather than go into hundredweight, stone, and tons, they just keep going with pounds. But there's another measurement.
Pounds and ounces.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's when somebody says £1 million in weight. I don't know how big that is.
To be honest with you, neither do I. When someone talks about £1 million, I think they're talking about money.
Yeah, they're thinking, "Oh, you've won on the pools."
Trying to be rich.
Warbler Production says the one with the longest overhang is my APTE, very long at each end. Ridgeway Park 00, my first car, had a starting handle. I helped my father rebuild a 1950 Series 1 Land Rover, and that had a starting handle. Seth Holland says the Garrett design is more suited to sharper curves because there is no boiler to swing out. That's why they were used in the UK over mallets. Ben Turlett says, all this talking of British Leyland cars makes me want to watch Hubnut after this. Yes, he as another channel that I do occasionally watch, it has to be said. But it's a British Leyland. So we've got a Triumph of some description there.
It's a Triumph.
Yes, a Triumph. I think that's a Triumph Stag. I could be wrong. So what are the British Leyland junk have we got? Well, we've got the Austin Princess.
And then we've Austin Powers, haven't you? No, you don't. You gave it to someone, didn't you?
A Rover P6.
That's a British car.
Oh, yeah. British car. It's part of the British Leyland Empire. That's a Vauxhall Viva or a Vauxhall Victor. Mark II Jag. There's another one. I think that's a Ford. Oh, no. The Morris Marina.
Oh, everyone knew the Morris Marina. My dad had one of those.
A Morris Marina was basically the butt of all jokes. It was kind of the Lada Riva of its day.
My dad had a Lada.
Yes.
And you know what? It never broke down. It was the most reliable car he ever had.
Didn't he have to push it to trade it in because it didn't run?
Right at the end, yes.
There we are. Kevin,
it got onto the forecourt, so it counted, damn it.
Kevin ZZ said big boy weight 531 point, and then lots and lots of numbers, long tons, so 531 tons. That's a lot. Mark Holt says got 2 locos arriving tomorrow. Still no layout though. Don't worry about it. We've all been guilty of stuff like that.
I haven't.
David J says £1 million is 500 US tons. Aha. Matt Ovell, 450 tons. How much does a large UK loco weigh? I'm thinking not much more than 100. Yeah, you're probably about right on that. Matt Rutter, in 1961, a heater was an optional extra on an A4. Yeah, all these things we take for granted. I can remember when radios were considered an optional extra. Electric windows were optional extras. Power steering was an optional
What's that? I've just been said this on Twitter.
That looks like a German locomotive. Couldn't tell you what it is. It looks German.
Because apparently it stopped outside one of my friend's houses to let the cat go across the track.
Where's this? Where does your friend live?
James Furman, where is he? Well, he only says Sector 001 because he's a Star Trek nerd like me.
Stefan Svensson says Big Boy acquired its nickname after an unknown worker scrawled Big Boy in chalk of the number of 4,000. That is often how these nicknames get started. Ham Shackleton says the Vauxhall Shove It. Yeah, I remember the Vauxhall. Was it the Vauxhall Victor or the Vauxhall Viva? Was the reason that underseal treatment turned up, because they used to, and it might have been the Vauxhall Victor. They were basically, you could hear them rusting. They were actually they came with rust as standard. Daz in 1977, hi to you. The best car I had was a Skoda Estelle. Actually, they were surprisingly good cars.
Yeah.
Ben Tullett says, what about the larders that once graced the UK roads? Actually, a lot of them got exported back to Russia.
Yeah, because they might have been the butt of jokes. They didn't have all the mod cons, but
they just worked, and you could fix them with a set of spanners.
Yeah. We've got a question here.
Yeah.
Ryan G says, has Zoe's Globe-Trotting parcel arrived yet? It has. I had to get to the guy who sent it to scream and shout at DHL to actually get it to me. But it eventually turned up, and when it came, the package was almost double the height it used to be because of all the stickers telling them where to actually send it.
Right, James Furman is in Sweden, so that's a Swedish locomotive.
Swedish.
So thank you for that. Timber Surf says, "Hey up, guys and lasses." Andy T741. Oh, the Austin Agro, aka the Austin Allegro. Yeah, it did get the nickname, the Austin Agro. Right. So let's have a look. Peter Russ says, "I was never supplied a standard on any car." Graham Kettering Junction, best car was the A60. And Kevin says, Norton Commando Interstate motorcycle was known as the Norton Come and Go in Estate. I remember the AC Cobra was just called the Widowmaker because it was incredibly powerful, so that people tended to lose control and hit trees. Bang Got You Junction, Carl Brown says, that's why British Leyland car had a heated window to keep your hands warm when you pushed it. Boom, boom.
Oh my goodness, that is an old
Yeah,
joke.
yeah.
The old ones are the good ones.
Yeah, David J says, hey Jen, that Metcalfe viaduct makes a great single track O-gauge viaduct. It looks awesome as part of my backseat embankment with some supporting rolls for the Metcalfe retaining walls too. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of these Metcalfe stuff, the retaining walls in particular, I used them on my O-gauge there. I'm looking down there because it is down underneath the 7-hour O-gauge build. I did a proper full-on with scenery, ballast, electrics, the works. None of you put a shelf up and lay some track on it and call it an O-gauge layout. This is like the proper real deal. In 7 hours. The idea being showing that A, you didn't need a lot of space for O-gauge, and B, it doesn't take a lot of work to actually make a fully functional O-gauge layout with all the scenery and stuff. But certainly, I forgot what I was talking about. Help me out here.
That does not surprise me, Jen, to be honest with you. You were on about Metcalfe stuff.
Yes, I use Metcalfe retaining walls, so yeah, I can well believe that the other stuff as well would, like the viaduct and the overbridges and underbridges as well, would work equally as well. Ryan G, absolutely right, the Lada is based on the Fiat 124. Warbler Productions, the only vehicle I ever owned, was a 125cc scooter. Got knocked off it by a big white van 4.5 years ago though. Sorry to hear that. My first car was actually a Volvo 740 GL hand-me-down. It had over 200,000 miles on the clock, and I loved that car, as everybody does tend to love their first car.
Like my Hubert.
Janie B says, the Triumph Stag always reminds me of the Shoestring TV Detective, particularly the episode where it was trashed with a pickaxe. No. Triumph Stags, actually, I quite like Triumph Stags. Also the Triumph TR7, and if you the Triumph TR8 as well did exist. Very, very rare. And to give you the calibre of the fee-paying school that I went to, my best friend, for their first car, was given a Triumph TR8. Now, this told you how rich some of the people were at this school. I didn't. I got to buy an old Volvo 740 GL, and that was my first car. But they just got given a Triumph TR8, the 8 being a V8. They got a convertible full of a lot of poke sports car. Right, I'm going to move to that.
I just have one thing to say.
Do you?
Wasn't this show about trains, not cars?
Meanwhile, back on the ranch, let's have a look.
Jenny can go off on a tangent at the drop of a hat, which she also likes.
Tim's Model Railway in different videos says if you lift a big boy and drop it, it will make a very big hole. I expect it will.
That's as bad as that joke we saw the other day about geese flying in a V formation.
Yeah, and Warbler Productions. Yes, I do remember you telling me about the accident, but it's still like, oh, ouchie. Right. Excuse me. The Fantasy Trains. Hello to you. So I think we've opened a can of. We've walked into a memory lane and been hit over the head.
What did you expect?
Yes, we've been mugged in memory lane.
Everyone has good memories about their favourite cars.
Not necessarily good memories. I know people who their first car, they ended up writing it off somehow in some kind of calamity.
We're getting a question here. Is that the TARDIS in the background? It is not. If you're thinking about this blue thing that's on the screen, that is actually this...
Oh, that's a Class 3 shunter, is what that is. That's 03026, I believe. Yes, 03026.
Well spotted, but it's not the right one.
Yeah, well, that's an interesting point.
Jenny doesn't know where the TARDIS is because the Doctor has moved it.
Yes. So, let's just have a hunt around, shall we? Right, Tony Wright says, I had a Lada 1200 estate. It was 100% reliable for 90,000 miles. It was christened the Ghostbusters car by the kids.
Yeah, Evan Terry has a good point. Why is this about cars?
Yes. Let's get back to the trains, shall we?
Ian White says, my first car was a Gronk.
Yeah, it was really good, but you
you had to gronk it up to get anywhere.
Yeah, you could only go where the track went. Right. Warbler Production says too easy. I know. Let somebody else. Oh, there we are. Map the Dragon Railway says TARDIS on the pillbox. But who else is on the pillbox? I wonder.
Hello, kitty.
Yes. Manthony 1956, does any of your Deltics have sound? One of my favourite diesel sounds, so unlike US locomotives. Sadly not, but I am very much looking forward to the Acura scale Deltics, which should hopefully be coming later this year, because I'm really, really looking forward to hopefully being able to get a sound version to be able to review. So really, really looking forward to that. Ben Tuller says, anyway, back to the trains. I was watching the 1-to-1 scale steam locos at the Severn Valley Railway. Lady of Legend sounded great. Yes, and one of my friends, Andy Christie, was one of the loco drivers. I forget which loco he was driving over the weekend, but certainly that is pretty much his second home. So I think he's very, very glad that things are starting to start up again. Flymo Chairman 1 says, great on the straights, naff in the corners, but such grunt from the Gronk's Big Perkins. Actually, I thought Gronk had an English Electric 6-cylinder engine in. Well, the Class 8s do, Class 9s do, Class 10s I think are Lister Blackstone, 11s... I think they're English Electric as well, and Class 12s, not sure. Probably English Electric, thinking about it. Valley's 56XX says, the permanent way people on US railroads run a lot of trucks and road vehicles on the rails. Yeah, to some extent they do turn up in the UK as well. Not as common, but probably mostly excavators. Because they're really, really useful at work sites. So,
I like what Don Gitz has said, that you've just curiously just decided not to read out. The cupboard monkey needs a Hello Kitty Skansen.
Oh, yes. Do they do it in HO? Because that would actually be a really good one to get.
Yeah.
I bet it's really expensive, though. Warbler Production says they broke Lady of Legend, was out of service on Sunday. Oh, no. Aylesmead Project says Gronk's only English electric. No, I'm sure the Class 10 was Lister Blackstone power plant in them. Ben Tullett says, I went on Saturday and saw her running. Charles, no more car stuff. No more car stuff. Map the Dragon Railway says, I got the Intercity XPT yesterday for a very low sum for what it's worth. Excellent. Right, Cooper and District Model Railway Club, the SVR webcams are fantastic. More heritage lines should try and do it. And actually, there's also Settle and Carlisle webcams. I think every station on the Settle and Carlisle have webcams, so I'm told. Haven't been and found them yet, but I will be telling you that DCC Concepts will be setting up their own webcam. We have plans for it's a little bit more technical, but essentially they've got a stress test of a Cobalt IP motor on a little module. And it's done over 100,000 changes with no issues whatsoever. So we're going to put it with a webcam so that people can sit and watch it for 24 hours. But what I really do want to do is at some point put up a webcam so that we can, when the layout in the shop, it's got a huge model of Ribblehead Viaduct. What I'd love to do is to set up a webcam when that layout is running again, so that people can just watch it. David Scott, absolutely, the Class 03. Sorry, dust.
Okay.
Dust. The Class 3 shunters have Gardner engines, as did the Class 4s, and I believe the Class 5s as well. Not sure the Class 6s had. Andrew Barkley, it might have been a Rolls Royce. Flymer Gem 1 says Gardner, that's the name I couldn't remember. Absolutely, yes. More commonly fitted into things like boats, actually, a lot of boat engines and lorries. No, Atkinson used a lot of Gardner engines. David Watts says if Heritage Railways had live webcams, then vandalism might be stopped. It is an interesting point. Zach Farnworth says, watching from the garden shed. Oh,
wow.
So, what have you got set up in the garden shed? Are you going to put a railway in there, maybe?
No, Zach's going to go for more computers.
Yeah, actually, it's going to be the nerd centre, isn't it? Timbersurf says, how many miles is your commute to work? It's an 80-mile round trip on some windy B roads. As we said, it takes me an hour and a half each way. So, the only downside of the new job is the commute. Now, I can't really move to Settle because the cupboard monkey doesn't want to move, and I'm in agreement with her, actually. I think
to be honest with you, I grew up in the countryside.
And you didn't like it.
And I couldn't wait to leave.
Yeah, and the thing is, because the cupboard monkey doesn't drive, and Settle doesn't have... It's kind of like a little village, really. I know it's a town, but it's a little village, but it's a long way to go to reach civilization. And there's no paths or anything, so with not being able to drive, it's a bit tricky for the cupboard monkey. But the other hand, actually getting a place to stay during the week up in Settle is also difficult, because I don't want to leave the cupboard monkey on her own, because she'll end up setting fire to the microwave with a potato again.
I only did that once.
Matt Rutter says, I've worked on a Gardner bus engine in a narrowboat. Just awesome. Absolutely reliable. It's one thing that the British companies did do incredibly well was Gardner and Perkins made some excellent engines that just keep on going. Rolls-Royce did as well, actually. Nigel Cole says, Class 6 had engines Gardner 8-cylinder 4-stroke 8L3 connected to a Wilson Drury CA5 5-speed epicyclic gearbox. with Vulcan Sinclair Type 23 fluid coupling and a Wiseman Type 15 RLGB gearbox. Ah, so it was a Gardner as well. I know of a few Heritage lines with webcams. They are narrow gauge though, so a bit different to standard gauge lines, and there's one in someone's back garden to finish previous post. I think as technology becomes cheaper and more reliable, easier to deal with, and then webcam's going to be more and more of a thing.
I need to reply to Mark Holt,
Okay.
who says, when you get as old as me, you will want to leave civilization and get to the country. To be fair, I don't want to do either. I want to upload my brain into virtual reality and live there forever. What?
Nothing. Right.
It's good to have a plan. It's good to have goals.
Yeah, definitely. Warbler Production says if you want a good webcam, try Harbour Station of the Festiniog Railway.
Yes,
2
I can
lines for the
imagine that's
price of
pretty
one.
good,
Yeah, because you've
actually.
got the Welsh Highland Railway there as well. So really good actually. We've been on both. Thoroughly enjoyed them.
We did. We enjoyed it. Maybe we should show that as part of the videos tonight. Riding the Spiral. It's been a while since we showed that.
Yeah, it's quite low res actually.
Well, yes, because I filmed it on a potato.
J. Paul Anderson suggests, Jenny, you should get a Glaskasten, great little Bavarian loco. Look it up. Wow. Zach Farmer says it's the new Les Kirk shed. As I'm in his shed, it's a brand new shed. I saw that shed actually. It's a bit small out there. You just sat in the shed. Oh dear. Matt Ovell says, much as I used to complain about commuting, I have missed it in lockdown. Great
Yeah, but your
downtime.
rain's getting better.
Yeah, to be honest with you, if I didn't have to commute, I would not miss it. David Scott says Railcam has cameras at Kirby Stephen, Ribblehead Viaduct and Station, and also in Horton in Ribblesdale. It's a lovely part of the world. We went up and did some my very, very first video that only went out on Facebook. It wasn't really, compared to my later stuff, wasn't very, very good. Because I'm still learning editing. Part of the deal with the job was I had to edit the videos that I filmed. You know, they're not going to employ 2 people to do one person's job. So it's a big open secret that the Cupboard Monkey has done all my editing because I am the world president of the International Techno Weenies. Really don't get on with technology, but I have taken to video editing on a computer like a duck to water.
You've actually done very. To be honest with you, I had to learn the hard way.
Very well.
I had to learn the hard way over many months, and that was why I started doing my daily news review show back in the day. You, however, just took to it in a week.
Yeah, you've got to remember though, I had a lot of time of being able to see what you were doing and have you explain why you were doing it. So I kind of had a little bit of knowledge through osmosis.
Yes.
But my very first video was our little visit up to Ribblehead Viaduct. And I look at it now on Facebook and I'm a bit embarrassed. But it was my first ever video. Subsequently, I've done a few more, but I'm getting into it. I'm going to be trying picture in picture next time. I really like the idea of that.
That could be used very well.
Right.
We've got a question here.
Yes.
South African 00 Gauge asks, just out of curiosity, Jenny, what part of the country are you located in? We are in the Greater Manchester Conurbation. Basically, we're in the north part of a giant metropolitan area that's not quite as big as London, but it's getting there.
And you can go more fun.
You can go south from here through Manchester, out the other side, and not see countryside.
Dean Fielding says, you're right, Jenny. I got a few Perkins engines in various machines. Even Cat used Perkins. Very reliable. Absolutely, they are, definitely. Right. Warbler Productions. I've lived at... Oh, it's gone off the blooming top. Sorry about that. Dean Field says... oh, no, I just read that one out. John N from NC says, hello, Jenny, Zoe, and all the other railroad fans. Big hello to you. Great to have you in. So Ham Shackleton, South African Oegate. Ah, right, yes. Just saying, we're in Bolton.
Yeah.
Mark Rutter, Ride Harbour webcam is cool. Buses, hovercraft. I didn't think the hovercraft still ran. And trains coming soon. Class 484X underground trains on the Isle of Wight.
James Pett says, is that a Hello Kitty doll on the wagon behind the 25? Yes,
Unfortunately, it is.
Yes, it is.
Unfortunately, nothing to do with me. The cupboard monkey is a bit of a prat. So great to see you, James Pets. I approve of James Pets being in the chat. Don't forget to tickle the like button and also share the stream too, and you'll be the first to know about new videos. Oh, sorry, I'm mixing my
Jen
plug.
has gone into her goodbye statements.
But look, we're not going yet, right? But so don't forget to tickle the like button if you've not already done so, and do consider sharing the stream on social media. Let other people know that we're live and dangerous. Everybody is welcome.
We're not that dangerous.
For the daily, well, I'll say the weekly dose of Monday goodness. I was going to say something really pivotal. I can't remember what it was now. No, it's not coming to me. So James Pett says, and it does not surprise me that Zoe is behind the Hello Kitty. Yes.
Hello Kitty.
Yeah, unfortunately
Hello.
so. You see now what I've got to put up with.
You don't have to, you get to.
South African OO gauge United Kingdom locomotives. Yes, they are. Sadly, I used to work in a bar in Umbilo, Durban. And I used to watch the Blue Train come back. I think that's an answer to somebody else's question. Evan Terry says, I went to Eastleigh Lakeside Steam Railway at the weekend and it was amazing. 7.25 inch gauge steam doubleheader and a 10.25 inch gauge warship. Excellent. John N from NC, I've been watching your Weir Yard build, inspiring me along with ideas and getting off my bottom. Excellent. I am so glad. And that's really what a lot of the videos have been all about, is, just giving people the inspiration and hopefully inspiring people to have confidence to get up and running. George Botterini says, gotta love her. I think that's the cupboard monkey. Oh, it's getting very warm. Excuse me, very warm.
Fan around them.
No, you're nice and cool.
I'm okay.
Oh. So I'm just going to turn my fan around and it's going to go, yay! Will Tucker says, Backman, are we due another quarterly announcement soon or did I miss one? No, you haven't missed it. I think it's due possibly at the end of this month. Ben Tullett says, my electronic assistant, it actually says what it's called, but I'm not going to say that because everybody else will perk up and go, what? Oh, must be talking about me. And he says, what day is it? It is Monday. Dominic Z, hi to you. James Pett says, I approve of having the confidence to get up and running. Absolutely. Exploring and Adventures, I've tickled the like button and the like button didn't approve because it bit me. Oh my word. Right, Egg Rider says, I think some of the Eastleigh Lakeside locos came from a railway that existed in Camberley, Finley in the late 1930s. It's good that these scale engineering marvels have survived. Yeah, there's actually, like David Paxman and Bassett Loke, funnily enough, made a lot of these live steam ride-on things, or the ones where they're sort of like fake steam. So they look like a steam locomotive, but they've actually got a car engine tucked away in them. They did make a lot, and a lot of them do survive. Kevin ZZ says, time to go. MotoGP Portugal highlights are now showing. But of course, do fun. Remember that the Monday Club is available to re-watch at the end of the stream. You can catch up on any of the bits that you've missed and also just re-watch it, just for the sake of it. So, look, you take care, have fun. Clive Cobalt says, Jenny, I'm still waiting for the Hellion Class 86O electric locomotive to come out. They are on their way. I think a couple of weeks still to go. They did make an announcement as if, I know Rails of Sheffield sort of announced them as if they were like imminent, but not quite yet. So it's just a case of waiting a little bit longer, unfortunately. Dominic Z said, Jennifer, I have a custom Hornby splatter and dodge. Excellent. Matthew Dunmo says, Jenny, I can't wait for the Rails of Sheffield Wainwright SECRD class. Yes, these have now left the factory, so we're looking at possibly around 6 to 8 weeks for transit time, and then they will be with us. So really, really looking forward to them. Now, do remember that some of these are proving very, very popular and are on the verge of selling out to pre-order. So if there's a particular livery that is an absolute must for you, and I believe that it is quite likely that the Southern Railway Monsell Green one, as well as the Southeastern and Chatham Railway Silk Finish one, maybe even the Southeastern and Chatham Railway Scraped Back Grey livery, may well be the ones that are on the verge of selling out. I don't actually know which ones are on the verge of selling out, but Rails of Sheffield have said that they're going to try and organise for me to be able to review all 6 of their versions when they do arrive. So stay tuned, we'll have a bumper video looking over all of the different liveries. And I think the most important one to show is that Monsell Green version. The reason for this is that the original livery sample looked almost like a London and South Western Railway pea green. I know a lot of people commented on that, so I think it'd be great to see that that is being done right. There are sound options as well. Really interested to hear those too. The decoder interface is the pull-out Next 18 decoder daughterboard socket, which does make DCC fitting really, really easy. I'm going to be hopefully showing you the full DCC fitting guide on these as well. And I believe that if you've looked very, very closely at the DCC Concepts packaging, you may have noticed that a suitable decoder is also imminent from them. So there we have it. And I'm not giving away any secrets, because if you've bought a Zen Black or a Zen Blue Plus decoder recently, that it just says on the packaging. Frank Fusco says, greetings from the US. Great show. Awesome layout. Thank you ever so much. And it's great to have you joining us. James Pett says, sadly, the SECRD class is not suitable for my planned layout. An E class, however, would be a joy. Oh my word, curious now where you're modelling. Madden Steam Railway says, my local station is Broxbourne. It's approximately 10 minutes of walk from home, and I watch the trains from my front door during the winter when the leaves are on the ground. Wow. There's some really great locations out there. Are you all right over there? Cupboard Monkey?
Really not.
What I suggest then is that we start showing people's videos. It's getting tremendously warm up here, and neither the Cupboard Monkey nor I are actually feeling particularly great because we've been out for a big walk in the sun. It turns out that the Cupboard Monkey is definitely not solar powered, which means that she's like anti-solar powered. So when she gets under the sun, it kind of sucks the energy from it.
Yeah, unlike the vampires in Dracula, my power's gone in the sunlight.
Aiden's Railways, hello to you. Mark Holt. Jennifer Cady says, if I get a new S15 motor from Hornby, will it have the same faults of disappointment with the new models? Oh, I've not heard of any problems with those, I have to say. Dominic Z says, Jennifer, I was going to buy next week the Bachmann Burt. Frank, I've already read that one out. Roger Wollstonholme says, has the Cupboard Monkey read The Ship Who Sang? A human brain fitted into a starship. That sounds like a cutting-edge sci-fi thing.
I have not read that, but it sounds like it's my kind of thing.
Dominic said yes. Going to buy a Bachmann, Ari and Burt next week on Friday. Excellent. Warbler Productions is Zoe Luna powered. That sounds about right, actually. And Ham Shackleton says, I said before that Zoe is a vampire. Yes, you are. You've got the fan on you now. We need 2 fans up here. It's getting very, very warm. James Pat says the E-Class, but not the D-Class, was used on the ex-London Brighton and South Coast London Bridge to Portsmouth trains. Aha. Evan Terry, is the monkey okay? We're just tired from the being out in the sun. Train Mad George with an emergency call out says, why I only have 69 subscribers? We all start out somewhere. And somebody did ask, I think it's gone off the top, about have I had any problems with the like button? I've not noticed anything, but one thing I will say, and this may be connected, is that over the last week, YouTube has purged an awful lot of kind of like scammy accounts, fake accounts, shill accounts, that kind of thing. So a lot of people have been reporting that their subscriber count has gone down, and if the spam accounts have been liking videos just to try and create a backstory for themselves, those likes, I believe, disappear when the accounts are actually deleted. So that may be why like numbers may be dropping a little bit. I know that it's the last week I've barely gained any subscribers, and quite a few people have said that they've lost a lot. I think in one instance somebody said they lost nearly 1,000 subs, which was very bad news. But,
yeah, that was unlucky for them.
But certainly that could be the reason. From time to time, YouTube does have a purge.
Yeah.
Right.
It's basically their way of trying to stop people gaming the system.
Actually, David Watt says, need to get the frozen water bottle aircon running again. I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, we need to set that up.
Yeah, but we got rid of the frozen water bottles.
We need to put another one in there.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you lost your place again, my dear?
I have, yeah. So, right. J. Paul Anderson says, problem is YouTube also purges many conservative and libertarian accounts. I think
to be honest with you, I hear that a lot, and they don't. They purge accounts that get a lot of people flagging them. So what actually happens is anything that gets targeted by the activist groups that have decided the enemy of the day can risk being hit.
But also, I think there's a lot of political activists think it's a great idea to make loads and loads of puppet accounts to kind of amplify their voice.
Oh, yeah.
And that could be where some of the talk does come from.
Yeah. I would not be surprised.
Anne McCaffrey, 1970, says Anthony, 1956.
Right.
So that's one to look out for, actually. So we will look out for that. Keith Broscombe, hello to you. We might do, actually. Evan Terry says, my account lost 1 sub and also a few likes and whatnot.
To be honest with you, don't worry about too much. Don't worry about individual things like your number of likes, the number of subs. Make the best content you can, because that's all you can actually control. And
do what you like, and success will come if you thoroughly enjoy what you're doing.
And that used to be the case, success. But these days, the chances of you actually being seen are low. It's one of the reasons why we do these video shows at the end, to show off what people are doing, because your chances of being seen these days are slim. There's so much out there.
Worthington Model Railway says, I hate the comments that ask you to go buy views. Yeah, never buy views, never buy subscribers, because it's all fake, and YouTube will delete them.
Yeah, not just that, they'll delete you. Remember when I had to sue Google because they decided I violated their terms of service because someone else bought clicks?
Yes. They activated a click bot, and it came through their comments and started click-liking and viewing all of your videos.
Yeah.
And we actually did end up going through a court case.
We were able to prove that I hadn't done it. And if anyone thinks that's a good idea of getting rid of a channel, I'll tell you now, you can prove what happened, and Google will come after you because they know what's going on.
Yeah, and even though at first they weren't very sympathetic,
when we showed the evidence and took them to court to make them pay attention, which I'm prepared to do again, because newsflash everyone, I'm a lawyer.
And the thing was that after being smacked in the court case, I'm guessing they then went after the people who were behind the clip.
Oh, they did. They went hard. That account doesn't exist anymore. I'm pretty sure the person who made that account actually isn't able to make another account.
Probably not. Anthony Lee Dickinson says, how's Cupboard Monkey?
I'm alright as long as the fan's on me. I start to overheat very easily.
Yeah, me too. Right. So, David Crompton, hi to you. Dominic Z says, Jennifer, do you like Tomy Trackmaster? I'll be honest, I've never heard of it. Tim's Muller Railways in different videos says, I have lots of spam comments. Unfortunately,
You'll never stop that.
They pollute YouTube. What you need to do really is just keep on top of blocking them. And one of the things that can be quite useful is set up spam filters.
There's comment blacklists and all sorts that you can do in the community tabs of your YouTube channel.
And you don't let people post links, or at least it goes into a moderation queue if they do. And then you can manually approve or purge comments. And it just stops them from appearing in your channel comments. So I, probably about twice a week, go through the moderation list. And essentially, usually just kick, ban and block and report most of the accounts because they're just spam accounts. But then occasionally there's a genuine account that gets in there, a genuine comment even, and then you just click approve and it appears. Anthony Lee Dickinson says, how's 077 Secret Agent Jen? I am 077.
Yeah, that's your nickname from the game Hammer Live when we were in lockdown.
077.
Yeah, because you're always doing secret things, so clearly you were a 00.
Oh, right.
But you couldn't be 007, so you were 077.
Dave Pippin, FB TV Entertainment says, Jenny Hornby S15 class and N15 class, do they have the same motors in them? I really couldn't tell you on that. The best thing to do would be to contact Hornby. Matthew Moore says, loved seeing Weir Yard in Through the Railway Room Door recently. Oh,
Which
excellent.
one was that?
I can't remember. Was that I did do an interview for one of the American podcast channels. That may be what it was. But yeah, definitely enjoyed doing that. I think we chatted for about 3 hours in the end. He did say he would send me the link. I haven't got the link yet.
Warbler Productions says, Zoe, are you still doing the joke streams on Sunday evenings? I will be doing another series of the Book Room Comedy Club, but yeah, I'm still writing some new jokes basically, so that'll be a while. Train Mad George, I don't know what you're saying. You keep saying things I'm not sure what you're on about. Sorry.
Right, anyway, are we ready to play? We're going to start a little bit earlier because, yes, both the Cupboard Monkey and I are flagging a bit today because we went out in the sun and it's basically hit a mild sunstroke, I think is what we've got.
Yeah.
But it is quite warm up here as well. And what I actually feel like is I'm falling asleep. Right. Oh, interesting. Patrick Furlong says, talking of stream filtering, Zoe's own stream won't let me call her Cupboard Monkey.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I keep meaning to have a look and see if for some reason it's ended up in the blocked words list. But
possibly monkey?
I actually don't know.
We don't know. We will look into that.
Yeah, but I never get around to it. I keep forgetting.
Samuel Dennerby, the original half-assed custom, says your interview podcast episode will be up next Monday.
Excellent.
Boom! Excellent. That's definitely one to look out for. Thoroughly enjoyed doing that. We talked.
Do we really want to see more of Jenny? Yeah.
But no, I did really enjoy doing that interview. I'm really looking forward to that. Right, David Scott says, ever given can't unload cargo, both ship and cargo have been seized. That's a bit naughty because the cargo...
They have no legitimate right to it. And moreover, from what I've been looking at, it appears that one of Egypt's canals' own people was piloting. Because they require one of their people to be piloting. So what is the claim against this ship? From a legal standpoint, they've paid to put the pilot on the ship to control it through the canal, and then there was a problem in the canal. That's pilot error.
Yeah, I think that's probably where the argument is. There's going to be some doo-doo hits the fan, I think.
Oh, undoubtedly.
And they cannot seize the cargo because the cargo does not belong to the shipping firm. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
You just can't do it. That would be like...
But they have.
That would be like impounding a train and kidnapping all the people on it and saying, "Oh no, you're ours now," until the train company pays them.
Yeah, you
pays
can't,
them
you
the
can't
money
leave until then.
Mark Holt suggests it's probably some issue with the term monkey that's crept in.
Quite possibly. what I can definitely say is it's not my doing because I wouldn't have done it.
Anthony Lee Dickinson says, Zoe, give us a wave. Zoe, give us a wave. Don't encourage her. Warbler Production says, we all like seeing Jenny and Zoe, my third and fourth favourite people after my mother and the Queen. Oh, well, thank you ever so much. That means so much to us.
Oh,
thank you so much.
Right, guys, we've got the first of our videos to go now. We're going to jump in early. And, oh my goodness, I'm feeling so bad. The heat is killing me. This one is from A Train Too Far, and it's called Evans N-Gauge Model Railway.
Okay, make that full screen. So,
I have, but it hasn't wanted to do it.
Oh, chuggity chug.
Wow, I apologise if everything's just gone a bit chuggy there.
Right, now I've pressed the button. So,
yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Sorry about this.
No worries. So, Dominic Z says, Jennifer, what do you think of ERTL Thumper? I'm assuming you're talking about the Class 205s. I don't have any, but certainly it's a case that I do want to get one. Oh, it's an interesting mixed train there. The coach on the front and then the mixed van train at the back.
This is a nice little compact double oval, and I actually like it. This is N-Gauge, and it's still got a lot of going on in the middle, which means that it's actually quite interesting.
Mark Holt says, Jenny, is there a new show starting on Wednesday evenings? Probably is, but I don't know about it. But one of the things that I do want to do with DCC Concepts is to start up a stream. We call it Settling In at the Settle In or something like that. And I would like to do that. It's early days.
Double diorama.
Oh,
this is a nice mix.
Yeah, definitely. Is this N? I think this is N-Gauge.
Jen, I've said that twice now. It's N-Gauge. You just don't listen, do you? You don't listen.
Dominic said Jennifer, Thumper is the machine from Rusty and the Boulder.
Anyone that says Thumper, all I hear is Bambi's friend.
Samuel Headington says, hi Jenny, how is your dad's railway layout going? The old 3-track that you helped build in the shed.
Oh, it's
going
been a long
absolutely
time,
fine, actually. Oh, so what are we up to now? Oh, there we are.
I don't know what that was.
Martin Siersma says there's a channel in the US that lets me type rat that lets me type rat or white, but not white rat.
Ah, that might be some new Google racism filter. It wouldn't surprise me given the amount of racist abuse that has been going on, specifically in lockdown, targeting live streamers.
But how come people can still type it in mine and it shows up?
I don't know.
It is showing. When people are typing Cupboard Monkey, is it showing up?
Yes, because you read it out from Patrick.
Yeah, I suppose so.
He was talking about on Wednesdays the new Game Hammer Wednesday evening show. There is. I'm not this week. Next week is the start of a new show from Game Hammer. Instead of my daily live streams, I'm doing a Wednesday night stream.
But thank you very much for sending that, and we've kind of gone a bit sideways. So
I kind of like it.
Yeah, but it's everybody's now looking at the screen like this. But thank you so much for sending that in.
That
really
was fun,
enjoyed
actually.
that.
We do enjoy a bit of N-Gauge.
Yeah.
We like to engage with the smaller scales.
Is that Evan Terry?
It was, yes.
So thank you ever so much, Evan Terry. Keith Broscombe says, Jenny, when does your video go on TV? I presume you're talking about the TV show. It has now been announced.
Oh, you're on Crime Watch again, aren't you?
What's a shelf? Yeah.
No, you got upgraded. Remember, you got a promotion. Now you're a door handle.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Right. Sometime in the autumn for the TV series. I don't know when, I'll be honest with you. I don't know when. But it's like was it Hornby, a Model World or something? Andy 1962, yes, it came through just fine. Simon Train's Model Railway Showcase, Captain Picard Gauge. Engage! Egg Rider said some railway forums have been auto-filtered for LMS Black 5, though I think this has now been sorted on a number of social media platforms. Yeah, there was a few things. Oh, what was it that got... There was a lot of the LGBT groups found themselves blocked for no good reason.
Sorry?
There was a point where a lot of the LGBT groups got blocked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been doing that. It's like, what on earth?
Vic Freak says, I have a Kerno thumper with sound and an EM2 fitted. It vibrates the baseboard. It's absolutely brilliant. Excellent. Dominic said, never watched it, I have to say. Just never watched it. Keith Broscombe, absolutely welcome. Alan Harding says, hello, Cupboard Monkey. Evan Terry says, also some people have decided it is National Sexual Assault Day on 24th of April because they want to be legal to... Oh.
Yeah, there's always some idiots trying to cause trouble and get controversy. I wouldn't listen to it. It won't happen because it just won't happen.
Right, anyway.
No one's going to come out and risk getting put in prison for an idiot's joke. Right, this next one that we've got on a lighter note.
The Ellesmead Project, and this is the Ellesmead Project episode 23. So
take it away.
Oh, this is the diesel depot in Ogage. Really, really enjoyed watching this get put together. We've kind of watched this from not quite the beginning, but certainly from the point when all the ballast was squeaky clean. I like that. Is that like graffiti as well along the back seam at the bottom? You see that?
I do like that.
Really, really lovely layout, and it's it's so come together really, really well. The weathered ballasting is so good.
Yeah, and it's stuff like that. The weathering, the textures, it all works so well to bring it a level of realism to it. Yeah,
talking of words falling flat, we found that Gronk. Apparently, Gronk is a very cheeky.
Is that the end of it already?
Yeah, we're at the end. But yeah, was it Gronk fell foul because Gronk apparently is a derogatory term.
It's a derogatory term in Australia, which we weren't aware of until yeah. Until we tried
J. Paul Anderson says, Jenny, you should check out the YouTube channel Stephen Bennett. He's building an incredible Pennsylvania Railroad layout.
That sounds like your kind of thing, Jen.
Iron Horse Heathen said, finally got the sound sorted out. Yeah. You did turn it off.
I did make sure.
Lots of people loving the layout. Peter Leyland says, yes, nice job on the ballasting. Very realistic.
That was actually shorter than I expected because he sent it in with a timestamp of start at this point, so we did.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So, what's the next one?
Well, the next one should be about... Cause,
is this the Circus Train? Because we keep mentioning
I like the Circus Train, so someone sent in a video about Circus Trains.
Yeah, do you remember the time you ran off to join the circus? And they said, no, we don't want you, and sent you back.
I knew you were going to say that. Jay says, we won't be able to say anything anymore soon enough due to political correctness. I'm sick of it. I don't think that's true. I just think that people have to treat each other with respect. And some people want to try and push that too far to push an agenda. And those people will lose.
Right, anyway.
But let's get back to the trains, because that's what we're here for.
Meanwhile, we don't do politics.
Exactly. We're back here to...
White Wall Wheels, one Hardcore MOH, Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, 063, Bartello Circus. So, right, you make that full screen?
Yes, let's have a look.
Let's go.
Because I do like this. Oh, this is nice.
There's a lot of circus stuff going. This is nice.
Yes.
Wow. It's the Hornby Class 6, which we learnt earlier on is an 8-cylinder Gardner engine. But it's like all of the really colourful tents, the big wheel there, and then like the showman's engines, all the wagons. Really, really nice.
I do like it. It's got a lot of character to it. To be honest with you, I think more people need to do stuff like this. With the fun stuff and the joy that comes in from this stuff. I like it.
Definitely. There's some really nice colourful vans there. So many different mods. It reminds me actually when we were at Statfold Barn with Garthian, or with the artist formerly known as Garthian. There was it was pretty much the final model railway exhibition before the second lockdown, and this is making me think of that.
And Garthian Warbler Productions has just said, you can be any gender, sexual orientation or race and still absolutely love railways. There should be no discrimination in our hobby. We all love trains. And that is exactly it. You shouldn't have to put that bit about in our hobby. There should be no discrimination. Plain and simple. Just take people as they are. If someone's nice, like them. If someone's not, don't like them.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, the trains! So
again, Stephen Cameron says cute layout. It really is. I like
it. It's a lot of fun. I just love the colours. Very, very vibrant. This whole circus feel. I wasn't even aware that. I'm presuming it's Hornby. They're zipping past there. I think they're Hornby Class 06 shunters. I wasn't even aware that they released all stuff like this.
This is why I like all the video stuff that we do in this show.
Yeah.
Because you get to see stuff that's like, whoa, I didn't know about that. I like what you've done with that. It's
Valley's 56XX says, I love the circus wagons.
Yeah. This is great.
Gwyn Reese Davies says, those vans are beginning to get chuffing rare. I bet they are, actually.
Yeah, I bet. Look at how much stuff is... How many layouts is this?
There's a lot of stuff going on here.
Oh my goodness. Did you see? There was 2 more layouts underneath.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Jen, don't get ideas.
So I mean, I'm feeling that one of the US outline companies does a Barnum Circus Train as a model form. It's obviously a US outline thing, but
yeah, but even so, we could make it work. I like this. I keep saying this every week. It's fun.
Yeah, Matt Ovell says, are those wagons custom? They look great.
They do look great.
I think they are actually, because Gwyn Reese Davis said they're getting really hard to find, which suggests that those are actual commercial releases.
Well, not just that, but we've seen some on Tim's layout every now and again. I just love this. It's great.
Excellent. So
that was wonderful.
Thank you so much for that. Really enjoyed seeing that. Yeah. Ridgeway Park 00. Hornby did make a circus train set. In fact, the big top was part of the set made of cardboard.
Oh, wow.
Excellent. Gwyn Reese Davis says... Gwyn Reese Davis says, a friend I went to school with joined the circus as a tightrope walker. Very talented lad. Ooh.
Jen was going to join the circus as a big top. But they said they already had one. So she was very disappointed, you know.
And Warbler Production says, nice set of Fowler Showman's engines. I just got a mental image of Sid James going, "Fool!" Oh my word!
My goodness!
Robert Steers has incredibly generously donated $9.99. Thank you ever so much. It's incredibly generous of you. Egg Rider says Hornby R1107 was a Barnum set. Aha! Yeah, it's apparently it's getting quite rare. They really do look amazing. And Tom McKee says the circus train was filmed by Jawtooth. Yes, and there's a channel I did mention earlier on. Jawtooth, strange sounding name for a channel, but it's really great content. And if you do like watching trains go by with somebody who's very knowledgeable and very enthusiastic and does go above and beyond to find locations and get the shots, then Jawtooth on YouTube is well worth taking a look at.
Now we're going to go for our next video is from Tim, and he's got some custom Thomas the Tank Engine stuff, a custom Neville, Ryan and Arthur.
Okay, so there we are.
This looks rather snazzy. But we have a question as well from Keith Boscombe saying, Jenny, I've been told that my model railway is a fire risk. Is that true?
Shouldn't be. In all honesty, I don't know who's told you that, but as long as you're using controllers that aren't like ancient with sort of like
loose connections.
Well, no, what I'm thinking is stuff from like the 1950s and 1960s. The insulation tends to start breaking down.
Oh yes, of course.
So you don't want to be using ancient controllers because there could be a risk, but the general rule of thumb is no, not a fire risk.
There's Circus one.
Circus!
Yes! See, I told you Tim would not
he wouldn't let us
disappoint.
down. Wait, he wouldn't let us down. Wouldn't let us down.
I actually like these custom things he's done. These are good.
I like the Q1. He did actually send me a message telling me which Thomas the Tank Engine character that was, but it's from past my time, so
It'll be
to
a
speak.
Neville and Arthur or a...
Richard Swiderski says TARDIS in the corner.
Yes.
You think? Andy1962
Who's that
says,
red and
Night
yellow
all,
one?
sorry my meds are kicking in, struggling to keep awake. See
know
you
the
all next
feeling.
week. But you take great care of yourself, and we will be back here for the Monday Club next week, next Monday
Here
at the same time.
every single time.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
The worst part is, if you say that to some people these days, they don't know what you're on about.
Oh my god, yeah, there's probably people in the chat now going, what? Dongit's Model Railway says, and a well-known US basement layout found out don't cover your hot water boiler in paper mache scenery.
What is that?
That looks like it started out as an N2, but it's been repainted, and it's pulling a couple of the Emily coaches. I do
That's
recognise
interesting.
that. Yeah. But yeah,
I like
actually,
the work he's doing on these.
it's an interesting point that you made there. Yeah, normally your model railway wouldn't be a fire risk, but as has just been said, you don't do silly things like cover your water heater with papier-mâché because it can cause it to overheat and, you know, cause problems. But in the general rule of things, it shouldn't be a fire risk.
Yeah.
Brian Stone, hi to you, says Wickham Trolley on the fairground layout. What are the chances of finding the trailer? We have a full-size one at Dollhouse Station. The trailers are quite small on those things.
Is he better off trying to make a custom one?
Ruben Ashwell says the red and yellow engine is Arthur, who was introduced in the 7th series.
Fair
See,
enough.
I'll be honest with you. Tramway engines is where I left off on the railway series. I have not even, and some people are going to like recoil in horror. I have not even read the Christopher Audrey books. That's
to be honest
how
with
old
you,
I am.
You with Thomas the Tank Engine are the same as my dad with James Bond. Once the original author's not writing anymore, you've moved on.
Kind of, yeah. Robert Steers asks, do you use copper or aluminium wiring? I think it's actually aluminium. I don't think it really matters to any great extent. The wire that I use is multi-strand and it's a silvery colour, so I would guess it probably is aluminium.
Yeah.
Southern Train Girl says the C1 is Neville.
Nice.
Yes, I do remember being told that.
What the production's saying, you've got this. Me and you, we have the same view. I love seeing this fun layout.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Valley 56XX has a very good piece of safety advice.
Yeah.
Don't use your firework-powered locomotive to pull your open wagons full of petrol.
No,
Yes,
I can imagine
that is a good idea.
That would not be good.
Oh, I do like a bit of humour. I don't get enough of it when talking to Jen.
But Gwion Rhys Davies, absolutely. In general, no. Model railways don't pose a fire risk. However, you should take care with wiring.
Yes.
And use parts from reputable manufacturers if you aren't confident with electronics. Yeah.
Yes, and never accept any locomotives or wiring from Billy's replacement speakers. He's a dodgy one.
Yeah, although you could argue that the speakers that blew were even dodgier. Right. Russell Benton says, spot on, Jenny. Thomas stopped when the Reverend Audrey stopped writing them. Yeah. Tramway Engines, I believe, is the final book that he wrote. And when I was little, that was the newest book available. I fell in the gap between the Reverend Audrey having stopped writing, but before Christopher Audrey started writing. And I never read the Christopher Audrey books. I'll be honest with you, never ever read them. Tim's Model Railway in different videos says, thank you for showing my video. Absolutely
You're always welcome. Right, Jen, we have What I'm seeing on screen now is something amazing. It's J. Paul Anderson, New Thunder Appleby Scenic Amendments, and Hornby P2 Backhead Hand Painting.
Radio, let's
Now
make that
this
full screen.
Looks great. Guys, you're going to love
J.
it.
Paul Anderson makes some amazing dioramas.
Yes.
Simon Train's model railway showcase. The only time model railways have a fire risk is if there was a fire sale to get rid of the stock. Oh, good news, good news. Robert Steers says Railroads of Sheffield has ordered American Limited models and will be available very soon in the UK. Excellent.
Great news.
Now,
great news.
I know I sent the models that I was sent to review, which I did the review, did the video on. I then passed them on to Rails of Sheffield to take a look at. And I know obviously there were negotiations going on at the same time as well. So that actually looks great with the steeplejack on top of the chin.
That is amazing.
Really great detail that you don't often see.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I basically thought that the best thing to do was to actually for them to physically see the model. So I'm really, really glad that has paid off. And I really do look forward to seeing them in stock at Railroads of Sheffield. Which for those of you in the UK, Railroads of Sheffield is kind of, it's the branding that Rails of Sheffield are using for the US outline stock that they stock.
Yes. This layout is superb.
Yeah, it is. This is really, really fine.
It's a thing of beauty.
Definitely, yeah.
Oh, and levels upon levels.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I like to see.
Interesting. Dave at My Model Railway says, Jenny, your wiring is almost certainly tinned copper multi-stranded and not aluminium. I take your word for it, actually. Warbler Production says, as a radio amateur, I have the equivalent of a level 4 certificate in electronics. I'm able to play with high voltage and ampage electrics safely.
Danger, high voltage.
B2000 Arrow Toys channel. I love the Railway series. It's the Thomas Fandom Bible, definitely.
Everyone's saying, is that Fred Dibner on the chimney? I think
it
it probably is.
Stephen Cameron says, does anyone remember Tootles the Taxi? Not familiar with that one, I have to say.
No, I don't remember that one.
But yeah, Warbler Productions, I think, yeah, definitely. Oh, that's a Garrett. The Garrett is a thing of beauty.
I love this diorama. It's so...
But Alice
so
Neal,
detailed.
great to see you. Iron Horse Heathen, Keith. Oh, sorry, we've already. Yeah, everybody's saying it must be Fred.
It's so good.
Wiven Model Railway, yeah, definitely good to see you. But yeah, definitely. Roofer. Everybody's saying Fred Dibner.
What's he done to the backhead? Because that looks more detailed than normal.
Picked out all the detail, I'm guessing,
Wow.
with gold, silver.
That is brilliant.
A lot of extra detail. I love the crystal glass there.
Yes.
I shall just have a wee dram of whiskey.
Yes, you would if you could. Oh my goodness! And on the side with all the stonework for the foundation of that building, that looks real. It looks like it's carved
Really,
out of
really
actual
good.
stone. So well done. So well done. My goodness. J. Paul Anderson does such good dioramas.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah, Warbler Productions, absolutely right. It's not the volts that kills, it's the amps. Volts, jolts. Oh, right, hold on. There we go. Actually, no, let's go for that angle. That's a good angle. Michael Lynch says, I always set my alarm every Monday for the Jenny Monday Club. Oh, thank you ever so much.
That's an alarming piece of information.
Definitely. Actually, Will Tucker says, Tootles the Taxi was a Ladybird book. Not one I'm familiar with, I have to say. Iron Horse Heathen, good detailing in the cab. Richard Swiderski as well says, great cab detail. Right. Ben Tullett says, the trust at the Llangollen Railway are hoping to keep the railway going. They have had a GoFundMe page up and running to gain money to stop everything being sold off. Yeah, the Llangollen Railway, the actual one, the trust, I think it is. Basically, it's got the receivers called in.
Oh my goodness! Why? Well, I suppose they've got a lot of running costs that they haven't been able to.
It's been tough for a lot of.
I bet it has.
Yeah. John N from NC says, hey Jen, I'm an avionics technician and I use scrap mil-spec wire, which is a nickel plate copper wire. Excellent. Robert Steer says, since many US railroads interchange with Canadian and Mexican railroads, may I suggest the term North American outline models? Yeah, fair enough. North American outline models.
I have no problem with that at all. This next one we have is Iron Horse Heathen, early oil train class 20 00 gauge.
I like the water crane there.
Now, Iron Horse has been making some super detailed stuff. I mean, look at that ground.
That is nice. It's the mixes of textures and colours. It's what I always advocate, and you can see here just what a difference it makes.
Yes. And it's like in food circles, the first bite is with the eye. Well, the first time you see something, if it looks real, it's going to look incredible. My goodness, look at the lighting.
It is. That is great. Absolutely great. Main Train Eastport says, Jenny, I have some good news. My layout made it in May. Model Rail Mag. Very happy.
Well done.
Well done. Absolutely great. And do look forward to seeing that. And it's always a great feeling when you get an article in a magazine. I must admit that today I need to get the photos done, but I've got another article accepted into Railway Modeler, so I'm really looking forward to that as well. Yeah, great
this
background.
This is just so good. I love this. The colours, the textures. I just love it.
Iron Horse Heathen, you're absolutely welcome. It says, please don't eat my railway. What did you say?
The first bite is with the eye.
Oh, right.
That reminds me of that joke that was going around on Facebook. It's like, no thanks, I'm vegetarian, is a great thing to say when someone hands you a baby.
Keith Broscombe says, I have to go for now. See you next week. Okay, look, you take care.
Thanks for coming along.
Definitely. And also, anybody who's not yet tickled that like button, do consider giving it a tickle. And also sharing us on social media, such as Facebook, Instagram, and what's the other? Twitter. And if you haven't already done so, do consider subscribing to the channel. Ring that bell and click notifications all, and you'll be the first to know about new videos as and when they go up. Michael Lynch asks, hi Jenny, what do you think of the Flying Scotsman? It's alright. Not like an all-out fan, but yeah, it's alright.
I saw that once. It went whoosh straight past me in a railway with lots of people drinking wine and having a great time while I was waiting in the cold and the rain to come home from work.
Oh yeah. Simon Train's Model Railway Showcase says, I had photos published in Railways magazines, and when you see it, it does make you happy. And in fact, actually, one of the things that I absolutely love is when you have something published in another language. The first time I was published overseas, that was a great feeling. So to actually see stuff that has your name on the bottom, and it just basically is all in a language that, in my case, I didn't even understand because it had been translated. Dominic Z says, Jennifer, I have made a custom Hornby Railway Series Vector.
Nice.
Oh, excellent. And that's, it goes to show the creativity.
Oh, look at that.
Rail modelling is something that really does bring out the creativity in people.
I love the textures and the rusts on this. It just looks like, wow. It's really something special.
Thank you ever so much for sharing that with us.
Okay, we only have one more.
Okay, we're actually coming up at our 1:45.
Yes, but we only have one more.
I'm starting to get a sore throat.
Yes. Okay, so this one is Dongit's, the one I confirmed earlier
So thank you very much as well. The final one of your videos is Dongit's Model Railway. And then what we might do is, I know that people do quite enjoy it when I just show some scenes from Weir Yard with the trains going
that's
around.
fine. Doesn't want to load. We get there in the end.
It's alright, I wait until it's loaded and running before I press the button.
Yeah. So.
Are we good?
Yeah. This one is Dongit's Model Railway. Train control with ABC braking generators.
Manthony 1956 says, another language? US English? No, it's actually Swedish.
Yes. Jenny doesn't speak Swedish.
No.
But thankfully can get things translated. So this one actually has a small piece of text with it. So we've had, here's a video to include in the Monday Club. This shows model trains queuing behind one another automatically and moving ahead when the track is clear. This is achieved using train position detection and ABC constant distance braking. Paths in and out of the storage yard are set by an NX panel.
Is that a class 117 or 108?
I couldn't tell you. Train detection is handled by MERG DTC8's layout controllers by MERG, C-Bus hardware, and JMRI software on PC. The ABC generators themselves are a custom design. Very nice. So there's a lot of effort gone into this one to make it sure that it works.
A big hello to Skipsy Trains. It's particularly good to find your layout in a magazine with no warning, as was the case with me in the Model Rail show and tell section.
Excellent.
Oh, they normally tell you, or maybe the email went to miss. Ben Tullett, absolutely. Yeah, Jenny, is it okay to put the link up for the Llangollen enthusiast page where people can donate? Absolutely, you go ahead there.
Go for it.
You might need one of the mods to okay it, because if they're not a mod...
If it doesn't come in, then tell you what, email it to me, zoe@zoerobinson.com, and I'll put it up.
No worries. Thank you very much, Alice Neal. Hi girls, great program again. Thank you so much.
This is a really special oh, that's complicated.
Yeah.
My goodness, that's a lot of tracks inside it. So selecting them and then it goes. Oh, that is cool. You see, this is what I like about the hobby. Technology hasn't usurped it; it's just enhanced it.
Dongit's Mother Railway says first train was a Bachmann 108 with 3 DCC decoders in it. Now that is something that I think Bachmann would do well to modify their class 108 and 105, so you only need one decoder to control the full train. I think it is a bit wasteful. Oh, class 25, always love a class 25.
James Pett says I very much approve of computer control.
I
To be honest with you, so do I. To be honest, like I said, it's nice to see it enhance things rather than replace them.
Definitely.
It's made the hobby more customizable.
And I'll be honest with you, I wished I'd have known about a lot of this stuff before I actually built this layout, because I would have built a lot of it in. Now I have added ABC sections. For some reason that's slipped.
Oh my goodness.
It's all right.
Darren, I'm really sorry to hear that. Take care of yourself, and I hope things get better for you.
I'm really sorry to hear. Look, you take great care of yourself.
Absolutely.
We'll hopefully
Take
see
care.
you next time.
Real life comes first. Make sure that you're okay.
Hythe Kent says, my favourite loco in my collection is Bachmann LBSCR H2 Atlantic 422. Exquisite in detail. I know what you mean. Yeah, the H1 and the H2, really great models. So thank you very much for showing us that. Really did enjoy that. Also, don't forget that the Jenny Monday Club wagon, which is an exceptionally high quality Acura scale MDV with unique running number, accurate base livery, and then with the JK spray tag logos put on over the top, and empty to wear yard branding on both sides. The spray tag logo is only on one side, empty to wear yard is on both sides. They are still available. Order fulfillment coming through. Rails of Sheffield are handling all that, so you can order with confidence. Just to let you know, we're about 3/4 sold out. So if you really do want one of the Jenny Monday Club wagons, then you might need to get your skates on, because they are selling really well. Delivery is expected in Q3 this year, along with all of the other Acura scale main range MDO and MDV wagons.
And just to repeat what we said before, but the trolls still try and push it. No, Rails of Sheffield did not make this. We had to pay for it ourselves because it's our project. So no, it isn't a case of, Rails gave her a model. No, that didn't happen.
No, but anyway, look, most people have been absolutely grand with this. So.
Yeah, it's just some people they seem just
anyway,
not noticing.
But David Watt says need to make an Era 3 JK wagon. Well, what I will say is these sell out. Then we will be looking into another wagon, and I do want to do a Steam Era wagon for the next special commission. So I am having a little thing. I'm in discussions with another manufacturer, and there's lots of ifs, buts and maybes. Essentially, what it boils down to is once the Acura scale wagons have all sold out, then I will be looking to enter into negotiations with another manufacturer for a very high quality steam era wagon. That's all I will say. But it does need the Acura scale wagons to sell out.
Yeah, we kind of need to do that. Just to ensure that we can do it, basically. I've got a great idea, Jen. What about a steam era thing with us two as people in it, cosplaying as female versions of Jeeves and Wooster?
The figures would be the expensive.
I think you'd make an excellent Jeeves.
No, you'd be Jeeves.
Yeah, I get to wear the hat.
Yes, the hat is your thing.
I'd absolutely have a hat.
What? Top hole.
Yes, you'd definitely be the upper class twit.
Yeah, I do that. Right, anyway, a big nighty night to all of you.
Warbler Production says, Jenny, can you privately let me know how much the cost of a commission from Acura scale would be? Unfortunately, we signed a non-disclosure agreement, so no, we can't.
But I can put you in touch with the person from...
we can put you in touch with who we talk to get a costing.
Yeah, so... Yeah, we'll talk after the stream. But for now, it's just got time for me to say the Cupboard Monkey and I are beginning to flag. So we're gonna leave you with trains running around Weir Yard. So without further ado,
while we beatbox like it ain't no thing.
Gwen Reese Davies absolutely right. Get Model U to produce the figures. We can do, actually. We can get scanned.
Let's do it.
I need to lose some weight so I can get back into my corsets.
Alright, they can edit the model and shrink us.
No. I need to be actually physically wearing the corset when I'm scanned so I look good. Right. Anyway, until next time, you guys take great care of yourself. It's been an absolute honour to have your company for really Monday night, as per usual. It's been another great night. Thank you ever so much, everybody who's joined in, and a big thank you to everybody who donated on the super chat.
Yes,
let me just double check.
You've been
that
so
nothing came
generous.
in on the PayPal.me. You guys take great care of yourself. And we have got some great video content coming up. I'm reviewing a wagon from Bachman in a very unusual livery for Wednesday's video. Friday's video is a...
Was it in a very unusual livery when you got it? Or did you drop it in the paint again?
No. It is a proper unusual livery. And then Friday, are we doing the Jenny Cam or are we doing the Trains Going By video?
Do whichever one you want. It's fine.
It's either a Jenny Cam, basically covering my first couple of weeks at work and other stuff, or it's Trains Going By. I haven't decided yet. It basically all depends on how much footage I've got that we can use for the Jenny Cam. But anyway, look, it's been absolutely great. Thank you very much for tuning in. You guys take great care of yourself. And until next time, this is me, Jenny, and the Cupboard Monkey.
And thank you to everyone who sent in videos.
Oh, absolutely. And this is me and the Cupboard Monkey saying, you take great care of yourself. Happy modelling. Bye for now.
It's right now leaving the platform is the 2057 service to Grove Street Yard, stopping at Weir Yard, Bolton Trinity Road, a few other places, Eindhoven of course, and then on to Grove Street Yard. That is the 2057 service to Grove Street Yard. If you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. For every train there ever was gathered there together because today's the day that Jenny does the Monday Club. Good night.